Hey everybody, welcome back to the Carryandcut YouTube channel. And if you're new here, I sure do appreciate you stopping by and watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and also leave a comment down below. It really does help out, and I love interacting with everybody. So today, we have another cool knife review coming at you. This is the Spyderco Kapara, and it was sent to me by Neil over there at the Knight's Edge. Neil's a great dude, has a really good YouTube channel, a whole bunch of subscribers. He has a lot of awesome content, so make sure you guys go over and check out Neil. Go ahead and give him a subscribe, like his videos. Great guys. Neil, thank you, appreciate it. So this is the Spyderco Kapara. This is one of the Spyderco models that I've been after for a long time. It's definitely a just a whole different look, I guess, when you're, the whole Spyderco genre. There's a lot of strange looking knives, I guess you could say, but this is one that has definitely caught my eye for a long time. And it really is kind of unlike any of the other stuff that they have. So the PM2 has, the real large, finger, the deployment method. Let's say here's the PM3, for example, the Para 3, for example. It's just a whole different identity, and it's kind of out on its own, I guess you could say. So I know a lot of the Spyderco knives have like kind of family lineage versus like the native and the shaman and all that kind of stuff, and the paramilitary series, and even the Sharpal. They all kind of like mold together. This is kind of one that it was a whole different ballpark, I guess you could say, different family lineage and all that kind of stuff. So pretty cool. It's definitely an elegant looking design. I feel like this is one that you could dress up somewhat. You could throw in your business slacks or something like that. You can take the wife and kids out to dinner kind of knife. This is even kind of a food prep inspired knife, at least at the the information I looked up on Spyderco's website. This is so it was a who was the designer? It was this is actually based on an Australian knife maker, Alistair Phillips. This was his like kind of a redback, at least that's what his knife model was named after. It was a folder similar to this one, I guess you could say, but it was named after some kind of a spider. But anyway, long story short, he made this knife for use on his, it said vegetable based diet or something like that. So pretty cool. I don't know, I guess you can kind of see that you do have like some area for your finger to get in it, your hands get in there, and the edge does somewhat touch the flat surface. So I guess you could kind of do some food prep stuff with it if you really wanted to. But I think it's just really more of a good, useful, everyday carry knife, I guess you could say. It's pretty much a, a full-size knife, too, which is really nice. You have multiple means of holding the knife, like different, the ergonomics are pretty good. Great lines on it. Really do like this finger guard, finger choil area. Well, it's not really finger choil, but just the finger guard up here. Really nice. I do like the custom kind of level pivots, I guess you could say. It's pretty cool. We do have T8 hardware all the way around the knife, which is even better. We have a reversible deep carry clip, and that is going to be tip up, left or right hand carry. We have our really nice red G10 backspacer on there, full skeletonized stainless steel liners. Then they actually have contoured carbon fiber on the top of them. So they call it a crowned carbon fiber, but it is, has a slight contouring, which does make it really nice in the hand. This is coming from Taichung, Taiwan. Pretty sure this is still running on phosphor bronze washers. We are going to do a full disassembly of this knife actually coming up here in the next video. So sorry the videos haven't been coming out too recently. I've been fighting a little bit of a cold, and we really got into a live streaming kick there for a little bit, but now we're back on track, getting some actually long form content coming out. So I really do appreciate you guys stopping by and watching. So why don't we do some overall specs of this knife here? It's like I said, it is a full size knife. We are right around that 3.5 inch blade length, I'm pretty sure. Let's just go ahead and lay it on here. So we are right at almost 3.5 inches, just right under 3.5. Cutting edge is going to be a little more than, it's about 3 1/3 of an inch, something like that. A little more than 3 1/4. Overall length of the knife, let's go from tip to the back. We are right around, I'm going to say we're getting close to 8 1/4 inches, maybe just a little bit more than 8 1/4 inches. So definitely in that full size knife category. Let's go ahead and get a weight on it. Get this Carryandcut's kitchen scale out here and zero that thing out. Seems to be a little temperamental lately. All right, so 3.4 ounces. So we're right in there, that ounce per inch, size weight category, I guess, that a lot of people do like to see. And another good thing, I know a lot of carbon fiber knives tend to be, extremely lightweight. And a lot of people do go for that. They like the lightweight, nature of the carbon fiber knives. But I like this one because it does have the stainless steel liners behind that, and it does give it a nice amount of heft you know, it's a substantial feeling knife, I guess you could say. Especially the hand feeling grip on this thing really makes you feel like you could do some serious work with it. You know, we are looking at 118 thousandths on the blade stock thickness, so pretty good. You know, it's a very slicey, you know, very slicey design too, with that full flat grind, and a nice, doesn't have a real tall blade on it. It's got a real nice short blade, and the carrier profile is, you know, really nice and slim. I mean, even compared to the pair 3 right there, look, you're over 1/4 of an inch, you know, less blade sticking out right there. So it's going to be, you know, kind of hide in the pocket, I guess you could say. You're really not going to notice it a whole lot, which is really nice. One thing I would like to see would be some jimping up here on this little nub for where the finger hole is. But, you know, that's a nitpicky thing. Really not a big deal, but that would be a pretty cool thing. If I have any sort of gripes about this knife, it would be that right there. Of course, if you don't like the deep carry clip, you can go ahead and, you know, switch that out to a, you know, a Lynch Northwest wire replacement, something like that. This is what I have on this pair 3 lightweight, and it works really good too. And I think that might class it up a little bit. But a lot of people do like these, and they do offer really good retention right out of the gate. So that's gonna be good right there. This is a this is a Taichung Taiwan Spyderco, and a lot of people have you know, regard that the Taichung Taiwan Spydercos are gonna be, you know, some of the best ones that you can get. The fit and finish is, you know, incredible on this knife too, and with that compression lock, it has quickly became my favorite locking mechanism. You know, it's just real easy to use, but with this slim nature of this knife, there isn't much real estate to grab onto behind the knife, at least on the you know, non-show side. And I tend to, you know, find myself catching it on my pinky and my ring finger to, you know, really get a hold of the knife so you can actuate that lock. So not a big deal. It's easy to use once you get the hang of it. I don't really even get the hang of it. As if you've messed with Spydercos, if you know the compression lock, it's going to be a breeze. Walk in the park. We do have a generous lanyard hole right there too, so that's going to be pretty cool if you're into lanyards. I know a couple of our viewers are definitely into lanyards. This does have an incredibly sharp edge on it. I went ahead and put a 15-degree edge on this thing for Neil, and it is a laser beam now, so I imagine the, you know, cutting geometry from the factory is going to be really good too. But this thing is incredibly sharp now, especially with that short, you know, that real short blade. That it just makes going through material really easy. That does have a really nice belt satin grind, or belt satin finish on it, which is really nice, but it does show a really whole lot of fingerprints on it, and it does scratch pretty easily though. So that's one thing, you know, you got to look out for. We're got the standard S30V steel on it, which, you know, at this point in time, it's great stuff, not a problem at all. It's nice and stainless, pretty good toughness, and does have a pretty fair amount of edge retention, so it's not going to be too bad. But I'd say that the finger closing action on this thing, overall profile, the sleek lines, the nice generous blade length on it, and the carry profile make this thing a home run. It's definitely a good one. So why don't we go ahead and do some size comparisons. We've already showed the pair 3, so we're pretty good right there. We're definitely going to be a lot bigger than the pair 3 would be. We'll go ahead and get the Spyderco Shaman, get a couple more out here that we can look at. Should have already had these out, sorry. It's no size comparison is going to be complete without a pair 2, PM2. All right, so there is up against the PM2 versus the pair 3. So we are right in PM2 size range. I'm going to hold these up side by side so you can actually see the difference of the carry profile. Thickness, we are going to be right about the same, I think. Maybe just a touch thicker because these are contoured carbon fiber, but it's still overall going to be a pretty similar carrying experience to the PM2. So there we are against the Shaman. It's right in that same exact handle, actually, and blade length ratio. So that's a really good size comparison right there. You can really see that. How about the Benchmade 940? Still in this is kind of a, you know, similar vibe, I guess you could say. The overall lines are going to be somewhat similar. Of course, the finger positioning and ergonomics are going to be just a little bit different. Of course, the blade shape is completely different, but overall, it kind of follows the similar lines, I guess you could say, which is just general knife shape in general. So I see a lot of inspiration from other knives and similar knives, and it's just one of those things that a good knife shape is a good knife shape, I guess you could say. So it's not a direct copy or knockoff of anything. And why don't we do the TRM Atom, which that's going to be a bigger kind of full-size knife too. So we're right in there in that similar area. And then why don't we wrap things up with the Benchmade Bug Out. So pretty good right there. I feel like that's a pretty good size comparison. And let's get rid of the atom out of the way there. But up against the pair too, let's go ahead and do that closed profile. So we are going to be just lay these on top of each other. So similar in length right there. And I guess we're really not too much narrower. We are right here at the finger hole, but once you get actually down to the beak of the blade, I guess you could say, it's going to be a little bit bigger, but not too bad. Overall carry profile and thickness, we're going to be pretty similar to the same size. Yeah, I like it though. This is going to be one, I feel like it's definitely a home run. And the price on these things, they're going to be right around that $250 to $225 when you can find them. These are, I want to say they're going to be a rare knife, but they're a lot of people, it's a highly sought after model, I guess you could say. A lot of people have them, a lot of people like them. I'll go ahead and try to link this down in the description. Hopefully River's Edge Cutlery or somebody like that has these in stock. I prefer to use River's Edge Cutlery. They're local to me, so that's what we're going to go ahead and go with. But yeah, overall thoughts. I do enjoy it a lot. It was a breeze to sharpen. The SRTV is always going to be good stuff. Love the carbon fiber. Love the weight of it in spite of having carbon fiber. Of course, the compression lock is going to be great. I do like the deep carry wire clip. I mean, I would personally probably switch it out, but not a big deal. I do like the backspacer, and the lanyard hole is integrated pretty good. It's not going to be a deal breaker for me whatsoever. I do wish there's a little bit of jimping up here, but of course that's not going to be a deal breaker. That's a personal preference of mine. Some people might not like it at all. I know when you're looking at the Spyderco Shaman, this stuff is so aggressive that it could, you know, really tear your fingers up. And a lot of people even sand that down a little bit. So it's not everybody's cup of tea, and this knife might not also be everybody's cup of tea, but I do enjoy it, and it's pretty cool. So if you guys have any questions, comments, or concerns, leave them down in the comment section below, and I would love to get back to you. And stay tuned for our disassembly video. So we're going to take this thing apart, check out the inner workings, see what makes this thing tick, and I don't know if we can improve this action anymore. It's already really good. Nice and fall shut. These Taichung Taiwan models are going to be awesome. And perfect blade centering too, so check that out. It's all right. If you guys, like I said, if you have any questions, comments, concerns, leave them down there and I'll get back to you. Until next time, thanks.